Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Woodford Reserve Chocolate Whisper Redux. Bottled in 2025, Dustin. Am I reading this right? I don't see as well these days. 69.7% ABV.
Yeah.
139.4 proof.
Just short of hazmat.
What are we drinking?
So, I don't know all the details on this one, Mike. What I understand is it was the original Chocolate Whisper was some kind of mistake, a little bit longer maturation. Mm-hmm. So they decided to kind of recreate it, and I never had the original. Jesus, buddy, remember, this is 69. You don't need that much whiskey.
Gee. All right, that's a little bit better. Maybe we'll top it off here just a tad, Dustin. We'll go from there.
We are going to be in trouble tonight, guys. If our next reviews have us just going, you know why.
Not sure how to equate 70% alcohol, Dustin. I tell you what, it's dark.
Yes.
When you're chocolate, I think of Glenmorangie Signet. I think of a lower ABV, but
that is not what we're getting here, buddy.
That's not what's going on here, Dustin. Very dark, rich.
I was holding one of these, and one of the guys at the store goes, "Do you like?" And he looks, and goes, "Oh, you got the chocolate Redux? Yes, you like high proof." And I looked down because I actually just assumed this was going to be a 45% Woodford, and I just was picking it up because I tend to like these special editions they do. Boy, did I not know what I was getting into.
Wow.
Also, I didn't realize the price.
Well, I love the little bottle. What is this, $375?
Yep. $100, $375.
Well, you're getting plenty of alcohol.
Yeah.
You're not getting shortchanged.
I was going to say, if you had water to get this to their normal proof, you'd probably have 2 bottles. Buddy, that is chocolate. It's chocolate and that Dr. Pepper. It meets a little bit of cherry, malt.
Throw in espresso beans too and put it in a blender.
I was going to say, I said malt, and it's not, but you know what? This actually really reminds me of malt.
Dark Dutch chocolate, and I've been to Amsterdam, in a blender with Dr. Pepper and espresso beans.
There is espresso.
Wow.
It's more like a Kona blend, but yeah, it's espresso. It has also got just this, there is a level of sweetness and richness that very much harkens back to those original George T. Staggs when they were similar proof to this. I don't know what the age on this thing is. I'm sure it's not as old, but man, it really does give me that.
There's a fudge here.
Oh, yeah.
And a brown crayon with no wrapper.
Oh, I get the wrapper here for sure.
Oh, man.
I definitely get a little bit of paper. Dare we call it Vellicore? This smells old. I'm surprised there's not an age statement. I don't know what Woodford did, but it smells like older whiskey. 12... No, this smells like 15-year-old whiskey.
This is one of the most dark chocolate fudge, chocolate espresso bean I have ever smelled. You get that
very sweet forward.
You get that from, but it's a chalky sweetness. It's a dry, chalky sweetness.
That's the alcohol kicking in there for sure. I mean, there is some rich leathers. There's probably, I don't know if I get tobacco here, but I do get some leather.
I agree. It's tobacco, and I can't go. It's nothing.
You get tobacco, you don't get leather?
No, I'm sorry. It's not tobacco. It's leather. There's something creamy and almost, I would say, moist or saturated to this. Probably saturated is a better way to say it. But, I mean, the chocolate and cocoa notes and the fudge notes are just way over the top.
Yeah, well, it's like some kind of dessert where you just bit in and there's chocolate inside and it's just drizzling out.
It smells like dessert.
Oh, God.
Dark chocolate lava cake.
Yeah. I bought this with absolutely no idea what I was getting into, Mike. Again, I didn't even realize the ABV until somebody pointed it out in the store.
When you saw it, Woodford, you were because it's leathering, kind of chalky and oaky by nature most of the time. But man, this
this is something else. Woodford, we need more of this.
What I've read in an ABV is what I'm getting as far as dark chocolate and bitterness.
Yeah. One thing I got to say is this is very approachable, Mike. I'm going right in, nosing it. I'm not getting any twinges. My nose hair isn't, turning up. And that's happened today on lower ABV whiskeys. This is, again, refined.
I think it's like peat. If it's 5,000 ppm, what does that even mean at that point? You know what I mean?
But this is so refined. I mean, even look at the whiskey. It just looks beautiful. The legs are just gorgeous.
Very easy on the nose to get in there and dig.
I rarely feel like I should give a whiskey a better score because it looks pretty in the glass.
You should know.
But this is an example of it looks so pretty it actually might be worth something.
Get a room, Dustin. I understand. I like it too.
I'll go upstairs and just stare at this glass.
Change the sheets. It almost has a red twinge to it, almost.
Definitely does, yeah. Again, that's sort of that Dr. Pepper. Again, that's how I mentioned, like, there's almost like a little bit of cherry Coke kind of thing going on, too.
23 flavors.
I don't know if cherry's one of those 23, but if not, there's cherry Coke here.
Probably.
Isn't the core of Dr. Pepper kind of like a prune? Isn't that the theory?
It's actually technically labeled Food and Drug Administration as a peppered soda.
Interesting.
It's only one.
I don't know what that means, but anyway.
Neither do I. But I know it's unique.
This is unique to itself. And yet it's very familiar. Like, if you've had a lot of bourbon, you're definitely going to... Again,
There is a bourbon sweetness to this that I keep overlooking, but it's absolutely there in a large quantity. This is just so dark and bitter.
It's giving me a little bit of Calumet 15 notes where I got, like, again, well-aged, a little bit of cherry. This is richer. Again, it's got the alcohol, like, cleanliness, again, of those old school George T. Stags.
Shockingly approachable for its ABV.
That's the part that I just keep coming back to. I cannot believe how approachable this thing is. I mean, it is a little chalky on the end, where I guess that is the drying coming in. Maybe it's a lack of, truly being as old as it smells up front. Because I know this isn't 15-year-old whiskey. They'd tell us if it was. They would proudly tell us if it was. Mike's going to need a moment after that.
On the palate, all those chocolate bitterness, chocolate cake, chocolate pie, bitter chocolates, espresso bean. Very reminiscent of this. You swallow, and the lights are on.
Ooh.
You feel that ABV. Not in a terrible alcohol way, just in a stinging, absolutely drying, then savory way. Oh. There's no doubt the ABV on the finish.
No.
But up until then, man, you can confuse me. This is just a bitter chocolate redo deluxe.
It's crazy to me, Mike. So you nailed the initial arrival and everything there, but mid palate, it almost gets into like a little bit of pineapple or like a bit of an IPA bitterness, which I am loving.
There's every bit of bitterness in this.
And then that bitterness, that with the fruitiness, quickly turns to bitter, dark chocolate powder. And it is like 90% cocoa.
Yeah, I like that.
Super bitter. And it's awesome. It is awesome.
Yes. The chocolate notes are incredible in this whiskey.
God bless. I don't think I've ever seen Mike go back for a second pour.
Well, I didn't think I'd never water, and this is substantial. And I'm really enjoying this, Dustin.
I think you can put water on this no matter how little you have left. It is that strong.
I never knew I could enjoy a Woodford to this extent.
Yeah, we got to get the double oaked in you at some point. I think you'll appreciate that one too. Doesn't have this ABV though.
Ooh. They're dark and heavy whiskeys, and this is a dark and heavy whiskey. If you're going to do it, man, do it like this.
Yeah,
I'll remember this whiskey.
This is incredible. Yeah, they've got a sherry scotch finished one too out there. I was looking at, but don't have the proof.
It's just raised the chocolate notes.
Dare I say you actually get a little bit of raisin in here?
There is some dark fruits in the background. Now just daring to stick their head out, knowing that possibly they're not going to get it lopped off.
The sweetness on the chocolate seems to have gone up here a little bit too.
I agree. The sweetness is amplified. But again, it's more chocolate. That would make sense.
Well, I mean, like, it's kind of from dark chocolates to, I don't know if it's more milk chocolate here yet. But
Another lighter dark chocolate.
We're down to like 70% cacao instead of 90, It's a little less.
Sure. It's a UPS driver. He got brown pants on. He got a brown shirt on. He got a brown belt on. They got brown shoes on. He wearing a brown hat. He's smoking a brown cigar when the week is done. This is just all types of dark, bitter chocolate.
Oh, man. Yeah, the fruity notes come up a little more on the front end, but not on the back end like before.
Just when I was a kid, there was this movie
citrus
with Eric Stoltz and Cher called Mask. If anybody's a movie buff and older than you, they'll remember this movie. And in that movie, he tried to teach a blind girl what colors were. So he put a cold rock in her hand. He said, "This is blue." And he put something hot in her hand. And he said, "This is red. This is brown." What can brown do for you?
It's maroon, man.
This is brown smell incarnate.
But it's spicy and it's hot. It's got a little bit of red. It's maroon. I'm telling you. God, that chocolate on the finish.
Rocky
is
Dennis
insane.
already said hot is red. It's already used.
That's why maroon is chocolate brown and
Touche, Dustin.
hot red. It's like
You're right.
it's the mix.
You're right. My dad loved maroon cars. I should have picked that up faster.
Oh man, that is. Water definitely moved things around a bit, but it didn't change that finish. The finish is just such a showcase of that dark chocolate. Dare I say a whisper of chocolate?
Buddy, I'm trying to find the bottom of this chocolate well, and I cannot get there.
Like this is just like if you're just breathing chocolate out, like you just.
Jeez. The Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
And yet there's good fruits and sweetness coming in here too up front. The finish is just dry, dark chocolate. It's crazy.
This smells like an Amsterdam chocolate house. Well, this is something I didn't know existed. This is whiskey, right?
Yeah.
It's still whiskey. Okay.
It definitely gives you it actually kind of in some ways gives me some cognac and brandy notes.
A cognac, a good cognac or maybe a really well-aged rum. There is something there. There's almost a syrupy texture to it.
Yeah, like a dark rum maybe. Yeah, I can see that.
But there is still this never-changing backbone of super bitter chocolate here.
Well, the bitter chocolate is the only thing consistent. Like, there's lots of different things going on as we put water in here. It plays.
It's so bitter. Man, it's hateful bitter.
My God, that whisper of like just dark bitter chocolate. And when I say whisper, it's like somebody took a handful of chocolate powder, did a little of this, and just kind of, they did the LeBron James with the chalk.
Well, Jordan did that first, but yes.
LeBron made it more showy, I guess is how I would put it.
This is more from some media.
Not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying he made it more of like a look. Everybody look at me, and that's exactly what this is. That chocolate says, "Everybody look at me."
I have the most playoff losses, most missed shots, and most turnovers in history.
And most playoff wins.
Yeah, it's a statement of age. All right, Dustin.
Consistency.
This whiskey is as bitter as I just was about the Jordan LeBron conversation. Well, yeah, I think we stated what this whiskey is. A stunner.
This is awesome. This is a whiskey you're never forgetting.
Pick me up a bottle.
If I could, man, I would absolutely do that. Trust me. It was one per customer, and I came back the next day, and they were gone.
Hey, you can give me that. All right, Dustin, whiskey score time. This is now my bottle. You can go first. All right, so whiskey score time. Wow,
This is good.
How to quantify something that you love that you don't know? I mean, look, it's probably an 88 or 89 whiskey. My enjoyment of it, 90 plus. Take that for what you want. Take that for what you will. Man, I never thought I'd get this much flavor out of 70% ABV. I never thought there was too much alcohol until I swallowed deep.
Even then, I mean,
And then it was doable.
it was pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing.
I'm going to give it a 90, Mike. Admittedly, this is kind of similar to the that 14-year Foregate we had, where the AB was just over the top, and I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know how to score something that incredibly high alcohol, but
You almost want to chip away at it because it's so high ABV. Like, it can't be good, but it is good.
yeah. Well, you want it's almost like kind of how Ralphie does single malt score, bourbon score.
We probably
This is a nuclear high proof bourbon score. Just a whole different animal.
if you really can handle proof.
Yeah.
Not just think you can.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, this is a 90 with a caveat. You better really like an insane amount of alcohol and richness, and I'm not proofing this down to a normal alcohol level because it's just too good. And I don't have enough.
I would suggest this is not your first drink of the night.
It was my first drink the day I bought it.
I can understand that if it's a new bottle. You didn't know what you're getting
Let me
into.
tell you, I actually poured about that much total in the glass because I knew the proof and I nosed it. And I went, "Oh my God, really?
It's an Uber
This
night.
is gonna be good."
It's an Uber night, just on this one drink alone.
I ordered Uber Eats that night. I bet you anything.
All right, all right, folks. This is our particular thoughts on this Woodford Reserve Chocolate Whisper Redux, which means redo, right?
Basically, yeah.
Was that French?
Probably.
Yeah, no, not linguists. We're Americans. 69.7% ABV. Who comes up with this? Those are our Suicide Whiskey. Dustin, until next time, what do you wish, folks?
Happy nearly hazmat drinking.
Watch the flammables.